Hey guys, it's me, Drew, and I'm here to film a very exciting haul for you. It is a Woodwick candle haul. Now, Woodwick has been around for a long time. A long time. They started in Virginia, and they have a famous wooden wick. They patented the wooden wick. Well, they patented their plus wick technology, but it crackles when it burns, so it sounds like a campfire. So, not only are candles a luxurious experience when you burn them, Woodwick candles take that experience to the next level. So when you burn it, you not only get that beautiful fragrance, you get the beautiful glow, you also get the sound of a crackling fire. Some people love that, some people don't. So it all depends. Each brand of candles is for somebody else. Is for somebody. There's niche markets for everybody. And I owned a couple Woodwick candles, but I never really read about the brand or really understood it and took time to research it and things like that. And one day I was at Yankee Candle and I didn't realize that they bought Woodwick. And so now whenever you go into Yankee Candle, they do have a section in one of their bays of Woodwick candles. They have a very small selection, a curated collection of pretty much their most popular fragrances, some new fragrances, and like I said, just a really small selection in a bunch of different forms. But they're excluded from coupons. So Woodwick is a luxury candle brand, and they are not included in any coupons, any sales, any promotions. So when you buy a Woodwick candle from Yankee Candle, you are paying full price. So with that being said, let's talk about some candles. I have 17 candles to talk about, which, yeah, it's a lot. So let's just dive right in. I have been burning some Woodwick candles for a while now, and I really started to fall in love with the brand, and now I'm excited to talk about some new ones. So the first one I picked up, I purchased two because this is my favorite Woodwick candle. This is their signature fragrance, and I can see why. It is Fireside. Now, these are their ellipse shape. So there's two different shapes. You might be probably familiar with this shape, the hourglass, but this is the ellipse. It is a newer vessel, so it's a long, almost like a football shaped candle. It has the natural wooden lid that works as a heat-proof mat, so if you are burning it, you can gladly just stick the candle under it and burn it, so that way you have a heat-proof protected for your surface. Now, what's different about the hearth wick flame, the hearth wick, is it's a long wick, so it looks like that. And what happens is when you light one end, it will light and then it will go all the way across. So the flame is about this big, probably about like an inch tall, and it looks like a fireplace when it's burning. They're absolutely beautiful. And I find that because the opening on this vessel is so large that they scent such a huge space. I love these when I'm having people over, when I'm just watching TV for the night, or an early morning and I know I'm just going to be cleaning all day and just really relaxing. Anytime when I really want to relax and I really not only want to have the beautiful scent, but the sound. Now, Fireside has notes of amber, vetiver, and musk. So it smells really, really authentically like a true fire. And I find that each of these scents, when the flame is lit, they add a sense of smokiness. Even if it's fruity or floral, it does have a little bit of a smokiness to it, and it makes them so unique, which is another plus. But like I said, for Fireside, you get that really, really cozy crackling scent, and it's so pretty. You can definitely pick on like the vetiver and the amber. It's not overpowering, in my opinion. It's not like super like, when people think of like Fireside type scents, they think it's super overpowering. They think it's super strong. They think it's like nose clearing. Not with this. It's very, very well blended, very well balanced. And if you're thinking about like giving a Woodwick candle to somebody as a gift, I think Fireside's the best. Not only is it their number one seller, so the majority of people like it, but it's also just, it's really appealing to the masses. So I love that. Next is one of the new fragrances, and it is called Humidor. So Humidor is tobacco leaves, suede, and peach blossoms. So you'll notice that a lot of these scents are very earthy, very fresh scents, because that's the season that you're in now. You're in fall, transitioning from summer into fall and winter. So you're going to have a lot more of those soothing, warm scents. Now, you pick up the peach, It's very subtle peach, but it's in the background. The tobacco leaves is not like a cigarette. It's like this really masculine, warm, almost like very, very supple leather. And it's not leather, but when you walk into, say, a man's study, there's some fancy books, there's a cigar burning. It's just very relaxing. And you feel like your shoulders drop. You just really want to take in the moment. That's what I get with Humidor. And the peach and the suede, that's what makes the scent really appealing. Because I feel like without the little bit of the fruitiness and the little bit of the sweetness from the suede, it would take this fragrance somewhere else. It's hard to describe. That's one thing with Woodwicks is they're expertly blended fragrances that they're really hard to describe. It's not like strawberry, apple, mango. I smell strawberry, apple, and mango. Like, they're very complex, very well blended, very, very well rounded fragrances. On the same vein, we have Palo Santo, which has this really cool, like a gray wax. So it has Palo Santo. It has spiced cloves and musky deep notes. Now, Palo Santo is a bit of a sweet wood. Palo Santo is a fairly new fragrance oil that I've noticed that a lot of companies are using. It's a little bit, like I said, of a sweeter wood. There's like birch wood. There's Palo Santo. I'm trying to think of how you could describe this. It feels like this is a scent that I could see burning in a Restoration Hardware or in our house. Any of those really, really luxury home stores. Because it has that bit of a sweetness. You feel like there's like really expensive shoes worn by the gentleman working there. Like, I know that sounds like really crazy, but like everything is clean. Everything is crisp. Everything is perfect. You light this candle and all those notes you really experience. Like, you go into that store, you see that fresh wood. You see just like, I don't know, like, it's really, really, like, they are really hard to describe. And that's why these videos are kind of hard. But if you like sophisticated, if you want the most sophisticated scent, I feel like this is a great scent to get a younger son, or a younger guy, not just a son, a younger guy, 20s, 30s. This is a candle that I could see him burning in his home because it is masculine, but it has that sense of like young men, a little bit watery, a little bit of those nuances in there too. So it's fresh, it's crisp, and it's expensive. Like, I could see the Palo Santo candle, like this is $29.50, but I could easily see this being $50 because it is so sophisticated. I hope that makes sense. It's a little bit, I went through one of these already. I actually went to Cleveland for work and brought it to my hotel room, and I was burning that in my hotel, and it was just intoxicating. It's so good. On a different vein, Rosewood. So I almost feel like if you're getting a his and hers gift, this is his candle, this is her candle. Rosewood is roseberry, soothing tea, cedarwood, and musk. So you're going to get, again, those woody notes, but you have almost like a perfuminess to it. So with the white tea and the cedarwood, you have that little bit of a freshness, a little bit of that perfuminess, and the rose. Rose is so pretty. I love rose petals. I love every type of rose scent there is, and this is no exception. This is like rosewood. You're blending those masculine and those feminine notes together to create a candle. I could see Palo Santo and rosewood blending amazing together. Yeah, because you have, like I said, you have that sweetness from the Palo Santo, but you have that fresh perfuminess of the rose. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I love that. Yummy. So like I said, Rosewood would be his and hers. So get Palo Santo for him, get Rosewood for her. Next, we have Spiced Blackberry. So I feel like out of all of them, this is like the one that's totally different in category than all the rest. So there's blackberry, cinnamon, and a flaky vanilla Danish. You definitely pick up on the blackberry, you definitely pick up on the cinnamon, and it has that like yeasty dessert type of scent. This is like you're burning this after dinner. Say you invite somebody over or your friends and family over for dinner and like you're going to make coffee. I would light this candle up. Maybe you're playing a board game. It just has a little bit of that sweetness, a little bit of a brightness to it too. Even though blackberries are a little bit more of a warmer fruit, it's still fruity. So it's still lighthearted. It's still fun, but we have those notes like the cinnamon and the bakery notes that really make it warm and cozy and signature to Woodwick. This is also another one of their new fragrances, but yeah, spiced blackberry. If you like fruity, if you like warm, go with that one. Next is another new fragrance. It is suede and sandalwood. So we have those notes of suede, sandalwood, but we also have some vanilla and ylang ylang. Ylang ylang is a very, very, very harsh floral, very heady floral. And I didn't notice it until I smelled the fragrance, until I read the notes that the ylang ylang was in here. But it's way far in the background, and I feel like without it, you wouldn't have that like bite. The suede is like the most expensive pair of suede shoes, super buttery, super silky soft. And then you have that creaminess of the sandalwood. I have my Santal 33 from Le Labo fragrance, which is my favorite fragrance of all time. It's sandalwood. This does not smell anything like that because the suede is so prominent. They just balance out really well together. Yeah. Another yummy one. I like this. I like this if you like Fireside, if you like those warm scents, if you like Palo Santo, this is another option to go with. I would say it does has that floral, so if you're not into florals, you might not like that, but I would not let that stop you from purchasing. Next, vanilla and sea salt. Pretty self-explanatory. We have that fresh vanilla, but it's a vanilla blossom, so this is bright. This is more of like a springy summer scent because we have that sea salt. It's a good transition from summer into fall because you have vanilla blossom, you have bright, you have those crisp like oceanic notes from the sea salt, but you do have a little bit of the warmth from vanilla that's going to be a nice transition. I'm going a little bit speedy just because it is at 12 minutes and I still have like 6 more candles to talk about. But if you like vanilla, but you want a summer version of vanilla and sea salt, I think I'm going to save this one for the summer because it is a little bit more in that summer vein. Then we have vanilla bean, pure fresh vanilla bean. There's nothing else to say. If you like vanilla, it's that crisp, creamy vanilla scent. It's fresh vanilla bean from the pod. Like I say, Barefoot Contessa, you're making like the best vanilla icing for a vanilla cupcake. That's vanilla bean. You don't have anything but the best vanilla bean. This is, again, I think a company candle in the kitchen because it's a little bit warm, it's inviting, it's not overpowering. These next two, very different, but very cool at the same time. We have white honey. White honey is candy orange blossoms, cascading vanilla orchid, so a florals, and roasted toffee. You definitely smell orange blossom right off the bat. Orange blossoms, it's not really citrus, it's more like a neroli. So it's really, really, it's like a bitey fragrance. So like I said, orange blossom is citrusy. It is awakening, it is uplifting. And then we have vanilla blossom or vanilla orchid. So orchids are really, really a fresh flower, but vanilla orchid, so it's a little bit of a creaminess. So you're blending those orange blossoms with those vanillas, and the roasted toffee is just like a hint in the background. Last but not least is white teak. This is going to be perfect for the holidays. I do think they are featuring this year in the holiday collection. It's crisp balsam branches, sandalwood, oak, teakwood, cedarwood, and moss. So we have those really outdoorsy scents. I immediately pick up teakwood. If you like mahogany teakwood from Bath & Body Works, if you like Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, if you like those really masculine cologne scents, this is that. in a candle with balsam and moss, so you have a little bit more of those green tree notes, which make it more of an upscale home fragrance. Yeah, that's a simple sentence, is how I describe that one. So that's my video. I do want to talk a little bit about the trilogies just quickly, because we can only talk about 4 fragrances because the trilogies are really cool. So they are in the hourglass shape, but as you can see, there's 3 different candles. There's a little bit on the top layer, a little bit in the second, and then the 3/4 of the rest of the candle is one fragrance. This is called Cozy Cabin. No, Warm Woods. We have Fireside, Redwood, and Sandalwood and Clove. I haven't smelled these 2 fragrances, so I have no idea what they smell like, but from what I've heard from a lot of people who work in the stores, from fans around the country, this is an amazing blend, because when you're finished with one, it blends into the other, and then it blends into the other, and then you have this really, really cool combination of all 3. And I love Fireside. It's my favorite scent. So when you have the combination of those 3, they said it's like stellar. This one I knew I had to get, not only because of the colors, but because of the scent. We have Autumn, Apple Basket, and Mums. So Autumn, apple spices, cranberry, and currant. So really juicy, really delicious, like you squeezed an apple. And then we have Apple Blossom, Apple Basket, apple, pear, peach, lilac, and jasmine. I did smell that before. It used to be in a single fragrance. It's so crisp. It's like biting into a fresh green Granny Smith apple. And then Mums, I have no idea what that's going to smell like. I mean, I do know it's a floral, but I think blended with the apples, it's going to be really appealing. And this is going to be a great, great scent for fall. I love fall. It's my favorite season. Then we have Cafe Treats, which is vanilla bean, caramel, and biscotti. And as you can see, biscotti is most of it, which I'm really excited about. But like I said, I can only really smell the vanilla bean in here, so it's just that fresh, creamy vanilla. But, I mean, caramel, biscotti, I don't think you can go wrong. This is definitely a kitchen scent. Then, last but not least, this one I'm really intrigued with, and I think this will be great for winter. It is called, this is called Cozy Cabin. We have Evening Bonfire at the top, Oud Wood, which I've burned a whole ellipse candle in Oud Wood, amazing, and then Wood Smoke. So Wood Smoke is in those same Suede Sandalwood, Fireside, Palo Santo type of scents, but I've never smelled Wood Smoke to know exactly what it's going to be like. Evening Bonfire, the description online doesn't really give you any notes. It's like sitting by a bonfire with your friends and, you know, all that. Well, what does it smell like? To me, it's the freshest of all the smoky scents. I don't really get bonfire from it. I just get a really, really, like a warm, clean scent. But these are beautiful. I love the trilogies because it's like you get 3 candles in one. Actually, like 4 or 5 because you're blending. They blend together as they burn. I love these candles, though. They're stocked up for this season. I'm so excited. I constantly have Woodwicks burning. Like I said, it's a statement piece, too. It's a talking point. When you're burning it, people are like, oh, wait, what's that sound? Oh, it's a candle. It's a what? It's a candle. And it burns, and it crackles, and it smells fabulous. What else would you want? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what Woodwick candles you've tried, what your experience is like, and if you like them. And whenever I burn them, I'm going to make a separate video on how to take care of them. You do not need to trim them on their first burn. Burn them exactly how they are. The next time you're ready to light it, with these, all you do is take your finger and just brush along the top and any remnants will come off, and then you light it again. The same thing with the plus wicks. So the wicks on these look like a little plus sign. You just break it off with your finger, the remnants after the first burn, whenever you go second continuation. And that way those flames stay nice and steady and fresh for you the whole burn. But if you have any questions on Woodwicks, I do consider myself a little bit of an expert on Woodwick candles. I've burned plenty and I love them so much. But thank you guys so much, and a big shout out to Allison and everybody at the Waterfront Town Center store. You guys are my favorite people, and I love shopping with you guys. But have a great day, you guys.